Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all well. In today's video, we're going to go over some theories I have for the new Ahsoka show coming out hopefully next year. I did a video on the Ahsoka show a while ago, but I have a few different ideas now, and we've got some new news about it. So, the last time we got to see Ahsoka was during the second season of The Mandalorian, when we got to see Ahsoka, Luke, and Mando all in the same scene, which was class. Since then, we haven't seen anything of Ahsoka, but we do know her plan or desire for the future, and that's to find Grand Admiral Thrawn and her old friend Ezra Bridger, who we last seen in the Star Wars Rebels series, which was left on a huge cliffhanger when Ezra and Thrawn flew into hyperspace with no one knowing where they were going. I did a video where I think Ezra and Thrawn team up, and basically Ezra becomes a Sith and works for Thrawn, which I think would be a really cool villain for the show. But the personality of Ezra is really cheerful, but throughout the Rebels series he did tamper with a Sith holocron and disobey his old master Kanan Jarrus many times, a lot like Anakin did with Obi-Wan, and we obviously know how that ended. But some huge news we have is Hayden Christensen returning, which is great for the show, and with his character coming back, we're hopefully going to get some Force Ghosts. Basically him coming to Ahsoka when she's in either going on the wrong path or in need of guidance. I've heard people saying that they're going to have a fight on Mustafar. I don't really think that's great for the story of Ahsoka or Anakin. Maybe if it's a vision, if Ahsoka had gone with Padme during episode 3, and it could have been a different outcome because Ahsoka would have been a lot more understanding with Anakin and would have spoke to Anakin in a lot deeper sense, saying what he's doing at that time is madness, but he can get through it, and maybe she could have turned him back. Or maybe it's going to be a dream scenario with her and her old master fighting at Mustafar, but I feel like if they did another duel on Mustafar, it would kind of take away from the whole experience we got in episode 3. But there is a possibility with the whole world between worlds, which we got to see in the Star Wars Rebels series. Then in that case, yes, because the events can be changed, like when Ahsoka and Vader were fighting, Ezra went into World Between Worlds, and he basically dragged Ahsoka through the portal and stopping her from getting killed by Vader. But I don't think they're going to go with the whole time travel scene. I feel like they're going to stick with Thrawn being the next big villain in Star Wars, and they're going to focus on his rise of power after the fall of the Empire. But I'd love to see Anakin and Ahsoka meet through Anakin's Force Ghost, so she can have peace knowing that he did the right thing in the end. But I feel like it's going to take a lot of forgiveness for Ahsoka to allow Anakin to come to her. But maybe after a battle with Thrawn, or maybe Ahsoka is lost in space, or maybe if there was a big fight scene with either Sabine or Ezra being killed, he comes to her aid and guides her like he did in the Clone Wars. Throughout Ahsoka's life with the Jedi, she's grown into a really powerful Jedi, and I want this show to just be all about her. Yes, you can have side characters and bring their stories into it, but I feel like Ahsoka is just such a main character now, and I want it to be about her because she's not hiding from the Empire, or obviously the Empire has fallen, but she's not hiding from Thrawn. She wants to find them, and everything that Thrawn's going to throw at her, like all his legions and pawns, she's just going to take him down, and that's because she has such an urge to find Ezra and Thrawn and just get rid of all threat to the galaxy. And I feel like when she's done that, or if she does that, she's going to hand it over to Ezra. But this could also be the end of Ahsoka's story. She may sacrifice herself for Ezra against Thrawn, or really anyone, because that's just in her nature. And with Dave Filoni basically going over the whole series, I feel like if this is her end, she's going to get a huge send-off in the best possible way. And if she does hand over the mantle to Ezra, we're going to get a lot more shows and movies. But before I end, when it comes to like the whole flashbacks and dream scenarios, I'd love one thing to happen, and that's if we get to see Maul and Ahsoka flashback, either during their fights on Mandalore during the Clone Wars, or when Maul escaped during the finale of the Clone Wars, if they ever met again before the events in Star Wars Rebels. Because they did meet in Star Wars Rebels, but I'd love to see just before then, because Maul was in his prime of power, and I wonder if Ahsoka tried to hunt him down after the events of Order 66 to try to get answers on how he knew about Anakin turning and why. But all these are pretty much just ideas I have in my head, and I'm sure the show is going to be amazing and just jammed with new characters arriving and old ones returning. Anyway guys, that's going to be all for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. I'm going to do a lot more theory videos and ideas and reviews on trailers and other stuff that comes out in news. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe and drop a comment on what I can do better and basically advice and videos you want to see. So yeah, take care guys.